So after watching The Nun, finally, I went and saw Hellfest. Another movie that I was the only one in the theater seeing. This time I didn't have as much troubles. Didn't have no sound or like the lights didn't turn on, luckily. This was honestly a movie that I kind of was on the fence about, and I was thinking about movies to do for the month of October for horror movie reviews, and I was like, I guess Hellfest. It's like, I heard, like, even though it's been getting not that great reviews, it's like I heard it from other people that wasn't that bad. And people that, are like me, I love slasher movies. I've always been a fan of slasher movies over the years. It's I've heard a lot of people say it's a dying genre that I wish would come back. I like slasher movies. I mean, my favorite horror movie of all time is probably one of the greatest slasher movies ever fucking made, which is Halloween. I love the Friday the 13th movies. I love Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, some of the best horror movies were slasher films. So, I mean, it sucks that, like, it's a dying art, a dying genre in horror film, in the horror genre. But I was like, I like the concept, but the previews never really impressed me that much. But I was like, it's a fun idea. I'm surprised there hasn't been a horror movie that's done an idea like that, really. Utilized that kind of environment like a haunted house and kind of made a slasher movie about it. You could easily do that. So, yeah, like I said, I've heard it was from some people that it was actually pretty decent. So, yeah, I actually kind of, out of the two movies that I saw, The Nun and this, I like this a hell lot better. This was a fun little flick. I kind of enjoyed this movie. I'm not saying like it's a high art film. It's exactly, it is a lot of what I said about The Nun, where like it uses a lot of cliches and stuff that you've seen a million times before, and it's like it's like every slasher movie you've ever seen that has like the same cookie cutter characters that you would expect from a slasher movie, from the main girl who's this sweet innocent little girl or innocent girl who you probably figure is probably going to be the last one to survive, to the girl that's a whore, to the boyfriends of each characters, and they have even the stereotypical black girl who's a friend in this movie, and it's one of those. It's not breaking any ground as far as like any nothing really anything new that's never been done before, but it still was fun. Like even for it like being something that wasn't like the most original thing, it was still fun. I enjoyed it. I thought the movie used the concept that it had pretty fucking well. Being a movie, it's pretty much what you expect, which is, from the trailers, it's a slasher movie where a guy's stalking these college kids for this haunted house amusement park, and is going around killing people for reals, and yeah, I just said for reals. And unlike when and at first everybody's thinking that it's just some guy doing his job a little too good, because there's even a section in this haunted house or haunted amusement park where you find out that people actual employees can touch people and stuff like that to scare them and stuff like that. They even have to sign a fucking waiver. So, and you even find out like there's multiple people that are employees of this park that are wearing the same mask as the killer. So that and it didn't really go. They didn't really. It was kind of fun when at first they do have a scene where they utilize that a little bit, but they don't utilize it enough. I thought that could have been kind of fun, like trying to figure out who is the killer, which one of them is the killer. The only way you can distinguish between who's an employee and who's the killer is that the killer has like his shoes are all beaten up and everything else like that. That's about it. like I said, it's one of those movies you can tell who's going to be the first ones to go, who's going to go. I like the deaths. I thought the kills in the movie are creative. My personal favorite was the one, I think the first one where, that carnival game that I think everybody has, like where that fair game where you take a mallet and then swing it to try to test your strength, and it like hits a if you hit it high or hit it hard enough, it'll ding a bell and stuff like that. If you hit it with a mallet, that one. The killer basically takes him out and just smashes a guy's head in while placing it on basically the thing where you hit it. I was like, that was kind of funny. I was like, that was kind of creative. You've seen the guillotine, that scene where they put the Taurus girl in there's no other way to call her. She's stereotypical horror that you see in a fucking slasher movie. I mean, it is. People are gonna say I'm fucking sexist to shit, but that's just the way it is. Like, it's the all she does, like, half her dialogue is talking about sex. And it's like your stereotypical character, like, you know this bitch is gonna die sometime in the near future. There's more to that guillotine scene than you see in the trailer, which is fun. It involves the scene more involves Tony Todd, who, like, I forgot he was in the fucking trailers for this movie until somebody pointed it out to me, and like, he's only in this movie for like one scene, but you hear his voice throughout. Like, I guess he's the guy who owns this amusement park, and not really explained, but he is like the guy voice over the intercom that gives the rules of the park, and because he's Tony Todd, he sounds fucking scary when he says it. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I want to see Tony Todd in more shit. Like, goddamn, why is he always into supporting, like, the very small roles, like he's in the Final Destination movies? It's been a while since I've seen him in something else. Like, I'm so happy to see Tony Todd. He's a fucking living legend, man. He's a fucking candy man. I love Tony Todd. God, he's creepy as shit. He's always really good. Like, every time they need him to do something, like a really creepy guy to deliver really creepy lines, he does it really fucking well. Yeah, like I say, it was fun to see him in that scene. Okay, I guess while I do like this movie and everything else like this, there's one big complaint I have with this movie, and this is getting the spoilers. And then the thing I have a complaint about is the fucking ending. That ending was lame. I'm sorry, but that ending was stupid, and like, it ended and I was like, that's it? Really? Okay, that was fucking stupid. I was like, that was like, I was the only one in the theater, so that was lame. It just walked out. It's like, it ends. Okay, I guess I can kind of give that movie points for being somewhat creative and doing something different as far as an ending to a slasher movie goes, but it was kind of lame. Like I said, I guess I'll get into spoilers a little bit. So if you don't want to know anything about the ending, don't. I mean, I'm not going to say who it. Okay, so like, one of the things I liked about this movie going in, and it's something I don't see a lot in slasher movies anymore. I haven't seen it in a while, where you really do not. The only time I can think of recent memory of something like this happening was Friday the 13th, where you just, honestly, it's a fucking genuine mystery as to who the killer is in this movie. Like, there's no fucking ideas. Like, I was sitting there watching this movie, like, I'm kind of curious. Like, who is this guy? Who is the guy following them? But it's not one of the friends. You can tell it's not one of the friends. It can't be, because they're in the majority of this. In the majority of this movie, they're all together at the same time, so it can't be one of them. So then they're the only characters we follow. I'm like, so who the hell is this killer? And like, hell, at the beginning of the movie, you follow him, because it's a him, and just see the back of his head as he's entering the amusement park. You see him enter the amusement park, and put on the mask, and that as soon as he puts on the mask, then you see him from the front. And it was kind of like, all right, that was interesting. But I was like, okay, like the movie is ending, and it ends the stereotypical way you expect out of a slasher movie. If you see one slasher movie, you know how it ends. And they're like, okay, so we're going to finally see the big reveal of who this killer is. And this might be the first slasher movie in a fucking while where they don't reveal who the killer is. It's apparently just somebody. A random guy. Like, the movie ends with a scene that's just so makes you go, what the fuck? Like, it's weird. Like, it's supposed to be, I guess, creepy that it's just some random guy and that just likes to kill people for fun, and that's it? Amusement parks? I don't know. I guess that's what they were going with, but still, that was weird. It was really weird. I just really thought that was lame. It was like they didn't know how to end. It felt like they didn't know how to end this movie or something. I don't know. Ow, that fucking hurt. Smacked my hand on the fucking table. Didn't mean to do that. But yeah, that was kind of lame. Like I said, I guess they were kind of going for something original that didn't know who the killer was. Wasn't really anybody discernible, because you never really see his face. You never do. Even at the end of the movie, you just see the back of his head like you saw in the beginning. I'm like, well, that was weird. Yeah, so that's Hellfest. I liked it, even if the ending was kind of lame. Yeah, I liked it. I recommend it for a decent little horror flick. It's only an hour and a half, hour and 25 minutes maybe. I was entertained. For the most part, yeah, I was really fucking entertained with this movie. That's as far as trailers go, that's as far as the movie goes. I didn't get any new trailers in front of this, so I'll be back. I'm gonna try tomorrow to see. I gotta do a lot of fucking catching up. I'm gonna try to eventually sometime this week go see watch Tales from the Hood too. I can't fucking wait. But tomorrow I'm gonna try and see for sure Smallfoot and Venom, which I'm hearing amazing things about. So yeah, I can't wait for that. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.